Back everyone, fall is around the corner. In just a few short weeks, temperatures will start to drop, flannels will come out of storage, and fall colors will be back in Minnesota. While we're starting to see signs of it already, the Minnesota DNR previewed this season's fall color forecast. Valley News Team's Quinn Gorham gives us a look.
Especially here in southern Minnesota, a lot of foliage is still this bright green color, but some parts of the state have already seen the leaves start to change color. Others could as early as next week. For Minnesotans, fall is a special time of year, but for the folks at the Minnesota DNR, it's just as fascinating as it is beautiful. According to Brian Schwingle with the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, trees start to change color when the days get shorter. It's a scientific reaction. Shorter days means less sunlight, and less sunlight means less chlorophyll, the chemical that makes plants green. What's left behind instead are those yellow and orange colors. Some trees continue to break down sugars. Those are the ones that get that bright red or purple color. This year, Schwingle says it's too early to say whether it'll be an early, late, or average fall color season, but that summer weather is rarely a factor.
We have not seen a clear link to the timing of fall colors with those weather events. It really seems to be more closely reliant on temperature, particularly in September.
Schwingle indicated that the heavy precipitation earlier this year has helped forests recover from the drought. That precipitation also provided a perfect environment for fungal leaf diseases. That's why you may start seeing some leaves already start changing color and losing their leaves. It's not a widespread issue, but it may result in some thinner canopies this fall color season. Reporting in St. Paul, I'm Quinn Gorham.
You can stay up to date with the fall color forecast on the DNR's website.